Hey, kia ora, Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from. Oh, actually, I'm going to take these off for now, so I'm not having to listen to people. Coming to you live from Mesa in Arizona. How has your day been? You all had a super fantastic, sparkling, thankful Thursday. It has been an amazing, amazing day today. Lots to be thankful for. I met some great people today. Did you know it's Back to the Future Day? Because it was November the 5th, 1955, that Marty from Back to the Future got flashed back to when he was escaping the guys who shot Doc Brown. So if you're a Back to the Future fan, you know about November the 5th, 1955. So just thought I'd mention that since it's November the 5th today. So we've got Thankful Thursday. It's been an awesome day. Had a great day. I am zoomed out and I still have 2 Zooms left to do today. So after this one, I've got 2 more to do. It's a long day. But it's been a fantastic day. Lots of things to be grateful for just every moment and every day, including for the postie that stopped by to drop my package off. And when they're dropping the package off, they walk it up to the door of the RV, and I had the door open with the screen closed. And she opened up, there's a plastic thing that slides across where the handle goes for the door. And so she slid that open and slid her hand inside with a little dog biscuit for Zeffy. And Zeffy was like trying to get out of the hole to get to her to get the biscuit, because Zeffy saw the mail truck pull up outside and was trying desperately to get out, and her back end was going like crazy, and she's at the edge of the step there, and of course she's got the step well to get across, to reach across to get to the door. So it was hilarious. So I knew somebody was coming to the door, and so it was hilarious watching her try to get there. But she got her biscuit from the dog biscuit from the postie, so she was very happy about that. And I'm thankful that there's such a kind postie that does things like that for people's dogs. But she had cleared it with me previously that it was okay to go ahead and give Zeffy treats. So got that. Just got off a networking event on Zoom. It's fantastic. If you want to join us on a weekly networking event, then just let me know and I will send you the link so you can go join. You have to be a member of the Facebook group to be able to join, and it's for people who have businesses. And it's just a way to expand. It's a fantastic thing. We get broken up from the main group. We get broken up into smaller groups. We get a question. We go into the breakout room for about 10 minutes, take turns in answering the question. We go back to the main room. We get the next question, get put into a different breakout room, and so forth. So we get to do 3 breakout rooms. It's kind of cool and kind of fun, and you get to meet people and you get to know people a little better. And I'm always excited about Thursdays because it's sort of like, oh, look at the networking event. Who do I get to meet today? And who do I get to check in with today? So I like catching up with people who I know and then getting to meet new people as well. And sometimes I get all people in the room that I know, but I get people in the room that I may know all of the people in the room with me, but they may not all know each other. So I get to introduce people. So I love doing that. And then I got to do some work on the genealogy today. So I have the client who I'm working on, and we're going 4 levels deep. And we have the first 3 generations done. So we've gone back to the great-grandparents, and now we are on the hunt for the 16 great-grandparents. Yeah. I just had to do the math in my head real quick. Yes. So now we're going to go look for 16 great-great-grandparents. I love doing this. It's finding the stories behind these people and stuff, when you find them in newspaper articles and read a bit about their life, and then go check is it the same person or somebody who happens to have their name. So you're finding out stories about them. If there's any family stories, we go and see if we can verify if they are true, or was it just a myth, a family myth. I watch Genealogy Roadshow in the morning when I'm getting dressed in the morning, and I love watching that show. I watched it when it was airing on PBS, but I haven't seen it for a while, so I'm now going back and watching it from season 1. And so I just watch about 15, 20 minutes in a day. So it actually takes me a couple of days to watch one episode, because each episode is about 40 minutes long. And just going back and hearing again some of those stories. When people go, well, we've had a rumor in our family that we're related to this famous person in history, or we're a direct descendant of this famous person. And having them either confirm or deny, confirm it or say, nope, that's just a family myth. We had 2 people there who thought they were related to Davy Crockett. It turned out one person was and one person wasn't, but the lady who wasn't related to Davy Crockett did have an ancestor that fought in the American Revolution. So she was eligible to become a member of the Daughters of the American Revolution. One I watched this morning, it had me in tears. It really did, because this woman she'd been born and raised in Texas, lived in Texas her entire life. She said, I've got the Texan blood running through me. And she wanted to confirm there was, what type of Jews are they? She wanted to confirm that there was a group of Jewish people that came over from the Canary Islands to avoid the Spanish Inquisition. And she wanted to know if their family was if their ancestors were part of that group. They couldn't find documents because at that time the Jewish were hiding from people. So there weren't a lot of documents that said that they were Jewish. They would put some other religion in there. And but through her DNA, they were able to verify that yes, she was descended from this group of Jewish, and I can't remember the name of the group of Jewish that it was. I wish I could remember that. And then there was a group of people who had been in Texas long before the Anglo-Saxons came in, and some of them ended up fighting in the Texas Revolution. And so she wanted to know if they had ancestors who had fought in that war, because she really her dream from being a little girl, was that she wanted to join the Daughters of the Revolution of Texas. DRT, yeah, Daughters of the Revolution of Texas. She really wanted to join that society, and so they were able to confirm that for her. And she's in tears, her sister's in tears, the whole family's there, and they're in tears as well. And there was this great explorer. Oh, I really wish I'd written this stuff down. It was only this morning, and I can't think of his name. But he's a very well-known explorer, and yes, he is in her family tree. She is related to him as well. So it was a really cool story. This person who has this passion for Texas, and believed in her heart that her roots in Texas have been founded there for centuries. She just hadn't been able to find that connection that she needed. And to come on the show and to get everything verified, to be able to, they actually had a woman from the Daughters of the Revolution of Texas. I keep thinking that revolution word's wrong. The president came out and presented her with the certificate and with a flag that flew over the Alamo. So she was super, super excited, and it was stories like that. I was like, that is so cool. And then there was a woman there they traced back her genealogy to her, see if I can get this correct, 7th great grandfather. Put it in like about the 1600s or 1700s, somewhere around there. Actually founded a bookstore in England which has 3 royal, what are they called? It's the official bookstore for the Queen, the official bookstore for the Prince of Wales. 3 royal warrants. So it's for the Queen, the Prince of Wales, and they never said what the third warrant was. But that store is still standing today. It is the Royal Bookstore. It's called Hatfields. And it was established by her 7th great grandfather. And then she had these other famous people. His brothers were all these famous. So I love these stories. I mean, and you hear about these stories and think, well, what's in my family tree? So when you go looking, you end up finding all these connections to times in history, to points in history that make these times in history now come alive for you. My grandfather fought in World War II. I want to get hold of his military records so I can find out actually where he served and get to go visit those places and learn what it was like during those times when he was there, fighting, because I want to learn, try and understand a little more about what he did. So I want to have that personal connection to that place and that time in history. And so it was, it makes history come alive. They don't teach history as much as they used to these days. They don't go back very well in history and schools these days, but when you can take something that happened in your family to a point and connect them with an event in history, now it becomes more personal. You're more invested in it because you've had ancestors or relatives that were there at that point in time. You've got those relatives or ancestors that fought in the Civil War. They may have fought on the south side, they may have fought on the north side. You find that out, and now you're interested in finding out more about what happened during that time. What battles were they involved in? Was there one family that was separated, that some fought north and some fought south within the same family? So you get to find out all these kind of different stories and things. My thing is that I've got relatives that came over. My ancestors came from England and Scotland down to New Zealand, and so like why did they leave? So I want to go and visit these places in England and find out about what times were like when they were living there, find out more about their story, get connections with that part of my history. But what made them come down to New Zealand? Why did they decide to leave England? And I've got one family where some stayed in England, some went to Canada, a couple went to the US, some of them went to Australia, and some went to New Zealand. And this is the same family, but it's all the siblings. So my second or third great grandfather moved down to New Zealand, but they had siblings that went to Australia, Canada, the US, and some that stayed in England. So it's like, why did the family split up? Why did they go to where they went to? So it's kind of cool learning that sort of stuff, and it also helps you find out more about who you are, why you feel a connection to a particular place, why do you feel why do you have a sense of duty, why do you have this feeling that family is very important to you? What is it that's in your past that makes that connection? Because there are traits that do get passed down through generations. So it's uncovering that, it's digging a little deeper, and it's finding that stuff. So and giving you that connection. So it's kind of cool. I like it. I love it. You got mystery, intrigue, you got romance in there. You've got all sorts of really cool stories that can come out of genealogy and things. But anyway, that's it from me for today. Have a super fantastic, sparkling rest of your Thankful Thursday. I'm off to get ready for my next Zoom. 2 more to go. And then I'm done for the night. So have a super fantastic, sparkling, Thankful Thursday. And we will see you tomorrow morning for Fun Friday and Finish It Friday. Hei konera.